OK. Are you a hay fever sufferer, Darren?
I am. I suffer more from tree pollen than grass pollen.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a distinction.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, let's get more on those high pollen counts and those distinctions with GP Dr Fari Ahmad. Lovely to see you in person. We've exchanged a few times over Zoom, haven't we? But it's great to meet you properly. And can I start with a very basic question? What is hay fever?
OK, so hay fever is an allergy. It's your body reacting to pollen. So, you know, like he was saying, you've got tree pollen, grass pollens, and they come into your body, you know, through your nose and your mouth and your eyes, and your immune system recognizes them as something foreign and it overreacts to them. And that's why you get the symptoms of hay fever. So
it's a form of protection. It's your body trying to do the right thing to look after you.
Yeah, it's kind of overprotection. So it's almost an overreaction to it. And that's why you end up getting the symptoms.
And what can you do about it? Because it can really blight people's lives. The puffy eyes, the runny nose, the closed throat. It's not an easy thing to live with, is it?
No, certainly not. And it's one of those things, isn't it? The sun comes out and everybody else rushes out and everybody with hay fever thinks, oh, I'm not sure I should be doing that. So a lot of it is, you know, the things you can do. So knowing that the pollen count is high, then you'd probably avoid going out. Make sure you keep your windows closed. When you go out, you can put some Vaseline and things around your nose, and that can stop it. It can get the pollen to stick to that so it doesn't go in and cause a reaction. Some wraparound sunglasses can help protect your eyes. When we were wearing masks were working well for some people to stop the pollen going in. You can take treatment for your symptoms as well if you need to. So there's lots of things you can do to try and make it a bit more livable.
But for people who take antihistamines regularly, are there any side effects to that, or is it OK to just keep taking them?
So antihistamines work well for most people with hay fever. There's like roughly 2 types of antihistamines. There's some that can make you feel sleepy. They're like an older type of antihistamine. The newer types tend not to make most people drowsy. And you can often get them from pharmacies, even supermarkets and places sell them. If you're not sure, it's always good to go and speak to the pharmacist, so you can take those. Some people, if their hay fever is more severe, they might need nose sprays or eye drops, and those you can also get from the pharmacy, and you might need a combination of those.
A key question, though, at the moment, how do you know it's hay fever? Because there's various strains of coronavirus, as well as all of the usual bugs going around, more so at the moment because you've been isolated for so long. How can you say for certain that it is hay fever and not something else?
Yeah, so it is tricky. It is tricky. I think a couple of the things, so if you don't normally get hay fever around this time of year, and you'll recognise, OK, your symptoms when they come back. Normally hay fever, even though it's called hay fever, you don't get a fever with hay fever.
That's helpful.
But, yes. Yeah. So, and if you are getting a fever, then you'd be thinking, is this something else? Could this be COVID? Could this be another virus that I'm picking up?
So the fever's the giveaway.
Yeah.
And can it come and go? Because I've heard people saying they felt like they had hay fever for a period of their life, but they never had it as a child, and then it went away again. Or if you've got it, is it consistent?
So some people end up, you know, growing out of it.
Right.
Some people they might have had it when they were younger, and then they have a period where they're not exposed, you know, they don't seem to have those symptoms again. And then I've had some people who've been developing it later on in adult life. So yes, it can very much.
But there is hope that it can go. What a shame for people who can't go outside when the sun comes out. Got to keep the windows shut.
Windows shut. Yes, I know. When you need everything open and you need to go out, and you know, when people are mowing grass and things like that.
Yeah.
Keep your windows closed.
You can keep listening to Darren because he's got the pollen warnings.
Yes.
That's good advice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Really interesting. I didn't know there were different types of hay fever reaction. Dr Fari Ahmad, thank you for your time this morning. And as I said, lovely to meet you in person.
Thank you.